Hey, and welcome to Mastering Midlife podcast. My name is Heather London, and I am your host. This is episode 1, the answer to all of life's questions. Now, this is my very first episode, so I am super duper excited. And I also want to let you know that you can find this if you want to watch me on YouTube. I'll put the link in the show notes. So let me just introduce myself really quickly for those of you who have never worked with me before. My name is Heather London. I am a life coach, and I am committed to helping women master midlife. I'm an integrative energy healer, holistic nutritionist. I was a personal trainer for 15, 16 years. I believe in whole health. So the mind, body, spirit, we're not just one thing. We are very complex human beings with many, many multifaceted, parts of ourselves. And I practice something called EMT as well, which is electromagnetic testing, where I get to tap into your energy field and listen to your body and find out what's going on. It's absolutely mind-blowing stuff. I am also a midlife mom of 2 fascinating teenage boys. They're getting to the age where they're about done. I'm about done with them. And so this is all why I wanted to have this midlife podcast going on, because I know there's so many of us. Whenever I talk to my clients, I'm like, yes, hashtag relatable. So why I made this podcast is I truly believe that as women and mothers, we have barely scratched the surface with what's possible for us. And as I go through midlife, I can see how it's the perfect time to get back to myself. Who am I? What is my purpose? And it doesn't have to be torturous. Quite often, when our kids get older and don't need us as much anymore, we feel like we've lost our purpose. And I'm going to be honest, the purpose we had before we had kids, we're a totally different person now. So we are going to have a new purpose. So don't fret. It's common. Everybody that I coach goes through this. So I'm here to normalize midlife and to have fun with it too. So let's get started. I don't want to bore you with all the details about myself. We'll get to know each other, through the podcast over our conversations here. But this is about us and women in midlife and making it fun. So let's get started. When I thought about doing a podcast, I knew that this was how I wanted to start my podcast. So I'm super excited to present this to you. Me personally, I know myself quite well because I've done a lot of inner work. I'm a very impatient person with a very short attention span, right? And I'm okay with that because I love that about myself. It has many, many gifts for me, but I am very impatient. And so when I thought about doing this podcast, I thought, how do I just tell you like the one thing that you need to know? The mystery to life. Because if you know that, you can go out and be awesome. Instead of me dragging it out, I'm going to tell you on my first podcast, boom, now you have everything you need to go out and be amazing. It's like when you read a book and you just skip to the end and read that first, so you know how it ends. This is what I'm doing here. I'm giving you the answer today. So I'm going to tell you the mystery of life that everybody is searching for and no one can figure out. It's the big mystery, and we're going to learn it here today. So the answer to all of the things going wrong, things we're struggling with, everything that is hard about our lives, no matter what it is, the answer, the root cause is always self-worth. Self-worth. I see it with my clients all the time, every single time. There has never been a situation where the root of something wasn't self-worth. This comes from our families, our upbringing, our experiences along the way. So if we just know that that's the root, we don't need to spend another second wondering, what is this about? We know as soon as something comes up, we go, oh, it's self-worth. It's a self-worth issue. We just know that. So it's going to take that out of the way and save ourselves a lot of time and struggle. Now we can just go right to working on that in a way that serves you for where you're at today. So here's how we do that. Here's the antidote. I've studied with tons of amazing healers and teachers over the years. And it was like a few months ago where I was reading one of my mentor's books, and I finally came upon the best presentation of how to solve all of this craziness going on. When I read this, it went straight to my heart, and I knew that I had finally found the answer that really resonated with me. And this is from my mentor. I've studied with him just recently. I'm still studying with him, Mark Mancola, and he actually is the founder of the electromagnetic testing, mind-blowing stuff. Anyway, and I do this with my clients as well. So here is the line that I took from his book. And when I read it, I just was like, whoa, the light shone down through the clouds, and the seas parted. It was amazing. So listen carefully. The most elusive of all spiritual gifts is kindness and gentleness toward self. What? I know. Learn how to become gentle and kind with myself. And I know this is resonating with you right now. It's the simplest thing in the world. And yet it is absolutely the hardest thing to do. We don't do it. If we really pay attention to how we talk to ourselves, we would be horrified. If we took our brain outside and sat it next to us like a person sitting next to us on a couch and listened to what they were saying to us all day long, we would be horrified. We would not be hanging out with this person. This is not our friend. And this is how we talk to ourselves all day, every day. And you're going to see over the episodes that I love to dig into the mindset and the subconscious conversations that's going on. And this is all about shaming too. We're going to dig into shame and learn how to unshame ourselves. So my answer to any problem is learning how to become gentle and kind with myself. And the work I get to do is all based on this. And when I achieve this, the other problems will answer themselves. The answer will become clear. It will show itself when I'm not saturated with the underlying problem of I'm not worthy. Okay. So my growth opportunity for you, my friends, my sisters, is for you to spend this next week just being kind and gentle with yourself, no matter what, and see what comes up. See how challenging it is. See how much resistance comes up. And be kind and gentle with yourself as you do this process. And so the journey begins. Thanks for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first, and have an amazing day.